Howdy, y'all. Thank you for joining us here in the cargo bay, where we are still addicted to top Star Wars trading cards, which means it's time for a little bit of hobby talk.
Hobby talk.
That
was really piratey. Sorry. Hobby talk.
I kind of like that. Hobby talk.
Hobby talk. Yeah.
A little behind the scenes, BC. We've had a problem with our video. We weren't recording the video. We are recording audio.
Video. It's because he insists on being plugged in to recharge, and I think probably what he did was he unplugged our video cables so he could stick his own plugging charge in, even though he's got wireless charging capabilities.
Yeah, you could totally wireless charge, or you could just shut down PBDO. We don't need you while we're recording the pod.
Rest mode, PBDO. Rest mode. No, he insists. Such a diva. Translation, I gotta be plugged in, you know? Come on, guys.
So good for PBDO. PBDO is plugged in. The bad news is that we're going to lose video, or we've lost video for some of this podcast. So I'm about to switch over to editing in that podcast, and I don't know what we'll have planned. Maybe a little slideshow. Maybe
you could just do a still of me kind of.
I think that would be best for the viewers. But yeah, sorry if that interrupts your viewing experience. Still hope you'll listen to the show. And if you'd rather just listen, you can always go to thecargobaypod.com where we post the show. But sorry out there. This is, obviously a huge failure, and we take it very seriously.
We are going to beat ourselves mercilessly after we stop this video to atone for our sins.
That's right. But let's cut to an earlier, happier version of ourselves now, when we didn't know there were technical issues. So here you go. Here's the show. How are you, VC?
I'm good. I'm glad you mentioned that the addiction is still strong, as we just had some pack openings for the first time. And boy, I tell you, those itchy fingers, they feel good. They feel better. It was nice.
Yeah, nice to get some relief. We hadn't opened packs of cards in a long time.
Quite some time, yeah. So nice to do that for sure.
Yeah, and BC, I opened a couple of blaster boxes of Mandalorian Season 2, and you opened a hobby box of Battle Plans. But before we get into that, should we just give the general news?
Let's get into the news. Breaking news. Blowout Cards is having a little bit of a sale. So if you're watching right now, if you're watching today, I'm trying to save you a little bit of money on some top Star Wars trading cards. Now,
that's right.
It's not a lot, but it is a little. So you can find some of those pre-sales that are out there right now. Let's see. I'm seeing the Mandalorian Chrome Baskar edition from $149.95 down to $142.45. That's a savings of $7.50. Go ahead and order 2 boxes so you can save on shipping. It's basically like free money.
Nothing says free money like spending $300
Nothing says free money like spending
cards.
An extra $142.45 so you don't have to pay for shipping. You can get the Book of Boba Fett Season 1 for the low price of $118.70. That's down a little over $6. So
hey,
save you some money. This is the time to do it. I myself will probably be buying a box of that Mandalorian just because it's marked down a little bit. I haven't put my pre-order in yet. You dropped a bomb on me last week that you just went ahead and ordered 2 boxes. Didn't even tell me.
I do most of my internet purchasing late at night when my judgment is at its worst. It's usually like, I go into like a nice corner of self-loathing at some point, like deep in the night, and that's usually when I pull the trigger on something like that. So I do apologize, but that's how that went down.
I know this corner, and I'm glad I'm not the only one there. Late at night, I'm just scrolling eBay going, where's the deals? Looking for the deals. So, again, we're trying to keep you updated on those prices. Today on Blowout might be a good day to, if you've been thinking about it, pull the trigger, save a few bucks.
There's
there's that.
Breaking news, BC. We got the one sheet or the sales sheet, the whatever. We got some details on Star Wars Chrome Black. Is that the?
Yeah, that's the name.
That's the name.
Topps Chrome Black.
Yeah,
which is a baseball edition I've seen. Once you hit us with those sweet details and all the wonderful stuff that exists in there.
Well, you get 1 pack per box.
Woo!
And that 1 pack has 4 cards.
Wahoo!
Of which you are guaranteed 1 autograph and 1 parallel.
Yeah, it's rough. I feel like that's rough.
It's frustrating to me because I like the layout of the cards a lot. They're really cool looking, and I like refractors. The parallels are refractors, so I know there are going to be cards that I want. For me, this is definitely the definition of a product where I am not gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy a single card. Like if I'm only getting 4 cards out of a box anyway, the thrill of the chase isn't there for me. Having opened a Signature Series box before, I'm not really into spending that much money and then getting 1 card. Like when I get a bummer blaster box, I at least get the fun time of taking usually like 30 minutes. I'll sit down while I watch something.
Yeah.
Watch some Rebels and slowly open my packs.
God, that sounds nice.
Yeah, so I can
like
take a little hit on that, but to open one of these boxes and it be something I don't want that would be rough.
It's a stinkeroonie, is what it is. I this is a singles product for me for sure. There's not a price. I don't think it's been listed yet. We just got the sell sheet. You asked me yesterday. You're like, where do you think it's at? I think my low ball estimate right now is $150 on pre-order. That's where
it's got to be way higher than Signature Series.
That's where I'm guessing it will be at. Even if it's at $120, it's not something I'm interested in purchasing at that price.
No.
The autograph goose chase is just too wild. I've never pulled a good autograph from Star Wars. It's never been something that was like, I hit huge on a Star Wars autograph. Shout out to Topps UEFA Champions League for the one huge autograph that I did get. But with Star Wars, it's just like, it's either a comms officer or the second comms officer or Eth Koth from the animated series, which is fine, but I don't want to spend $120 on Eth Koth's autograph and 3 other cards. Yeah. So go find the singles that you want. That's my advice. Let's not encourage Topps to just, start forcing us to pay exorbitant amount of monies because they're putting chrome finishes on everything. That being said, I'm excited about some of their other Chrome products, but this one just being like, it's 4 cards. I'm like, meh, I don't know. No thanks.
It's for a different tax bracket than I'm in.
I think that is. Yeah, I have disposable income, just not that kind of disposable income. So I wish them the best with their pre-sales.
I mean, I'm going to dispose too much income on this stuff, that's for sure. But I think I'm gonna select 1 parallel because I'm not much of an auto guy, but I like shiny parallels a lot, so I'll probably blow too much money on a parallel of a character that I like, and that's my plan.
Good plan. I think it's a wise strategy for this particular product. So, as always, stay tuned because we'll let you know as soon as they're on pre-order, and we'll give you the price update and see how we feel about it. If it was $40, it'd be like, yeah. Four cards, $40. That's a great deal. Probably not
deal.
Probably not the case. So that is that. Topps Chrome Black, 4 whole cards. We're gonna leave it at that for now, and keep you posted as information comes up. But now I do want to talk a little bit about just a yeoman's sort of product. Just a workhorse, just a utility infielder of a Star Wars product known as battle plans.
That's right.
As you mentioned at the top of the show, I was able to open a hobby box of some battle plans. Thoroughly enjoyable experience. Knowing going into it that like, hey, this is battle plans, all right? This isn't Chrome. You're not blowing a whole lot of money. I mean, it was still expensive, but you're not, completely going to be eaten alive by this product. You're going to get a base set. I love a good base chase. I mean, the cost of admission for sorting the cards and putting them in the binder was worth it alone to me. I love that experience. But I just want to give our viewers a quick rundown. Sorry, podcast listeners. This would be a great chance for you to go check out youtube.com/thecargobaypod.
And I'll give a visual description or an audio description best I can of the visuals we're seeing.
So I just kind of want to give a rundown of what's in here. So you get some nice foil board cards there.
Yeah, and you get a lot of those foil board parallels. I think it's the most common parallel in the set is those foil.
I have the most cards because the other one I have is blue, and those are unnumbered. But I think I got 6 blue parallels. This is that TIE Fighter foil board one.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool card.
There's just a blue parallel, like I said.
And BC, I've only opened blaster boxes of this product. I had a lot of those. This card or this set is notorious for having bad edges. Like badly cut edges. I think most of your cards in that hobby box came out real clean. Right?
They look actually pretty good. I mean, it's that lower quality paper stock, so they're always susceptible to a ding or like a rough edge, I would say. But overall, I was really pleased. And here's the Ultimate Showdown insert. We just finished talking about our Last Jedi, so that will be releasing here probably in about like a week or so.
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks or so. Like I said, 2 weeks or so. Where we get into this episode and this particular fight of Star Wars.
BC showcasing an Ultimate Showdown insert of that fight.
I grabbed the Galactic Adversaries of Asajj. This is a very cool looking card.
Yeah, the composition on that card is cool. The Galactic Adversaries insert set, basically the character cards.
And it's
Battle Plans.
Before I opened Battle Plans, the only one I had was I made a specific purchase because I do love a green parallel. I got the Obi-Wan Kenobi green parallel Galactic Adversary. Great display card. I really like that one a lot. Here's kind of the stinker or the dud in the set for me, which is this. The
Tools of Warfare insert.
The Tools of Warfare, which is a lot. I think it was Holocron that did like the planets. Here's a planet. All right, it's a circle with colors. It's cool. Very similar. This is Starkiller base. You got like Han Solo's blaster, Chewbacca's bowcaster.
See, if they weren't character specific, if it was like here is the model number of the weapon, and that was like really the info, I think I would like it more. But
I'm just not nuts about the design of those. So it's like I didn't put those in the binder. That'll go in a box somewhere. I'm not too concerned about chasing those. I pulled this R2-D2 orange parallel, 34 of 50.
That's a cool image.
Pretty cool card. My auto, kind of not everyone's favorite character, but we've got Captain Kennedy.
Hey, I really like his performance.
This is,
and I think that's a good looking card with a good looking auto on it.
Well, this may be coming your way.
I would appreciate that.
And then the big hit for me was the Jyn Erso sourced fabric relic card, 20 of 25. Very cool.
PC, very possible you could pay for your box by putting that card up.
It is
the last one sold for 150 on eBay.
Yeah, and it in terms of like cost, that would be a card that would help me save some of the cost for the Battle Plans box, because like I love having the base set. I will say, I'll be honest with you. This is confession time, everybody.
Is there an opinion coming up?
Yeah, I got an opinion. I got a confession to make. I'm not wild about the source fabric relics, right? If it was screen used, I'd be all over this. Source fabric, I'm like, until I open the card and have it in my hand and I look at it and I go, you know what? This is actually kind of nice. And I lose that like critical filter of like looking at pictures on Facebook or eBay where I'm like, it's just a sourced fabric relic. And then I get it in my hand, I'm like, you know what? Actually, nice weight to it. Looks
Feels
pretty cool.
good.
Nice design. Yeah, I'm such a sucker for Star Wars cards. So good job by them for being like, we'll just buy a whole bunch of fabric and put it in cards. You know,
Yeah, it's a great. I felt the exact
works.
same way, BC. But when my fiance pulled that Mando fabric relic,
Yeah.
it's a green Mando fabric relic. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, this is super cool. We're never getting rid of this.
No, I was like, because I was like, you know, it's 2 hits, an autograph, and a source fabric, really, whatever. And then I was like, and then I looked at it, I was like, crap, I like it. Which makes it hard because, like, you know, I could sell it and make back some of the cost of my box, but then I'm also like, it's a 20 of 25 Jyn Erso fabric relic. It's pretty cool, you know? So
I hope what this means going forward, BC, though, is that they are starting to save more screen-used relics. You know, like, I'm hoping that they're like, oh, because we've seen screen-used relics before. The one I want the most is one of those Razor Crest relics.
Those
Good
are
golly,
sick.
those are cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope we get some more screen use stuff in the future, maybe from these TV shows coming out. Like, I hope they, you know, I hope they have Obi-Wan wearing a different cloak every shot, so they can slice that thing into a million fabric swatches and steal my money. I would be a sucker for that. I love anything that imitates sports cards. Even as a non-sport collector, I love Star Wars being like, hey, it's kind of the same thing.
And it's interesting too because it is such a big thing in sports cards where it's like people are like it's kind of become like, oh, you know, it's just a game jersey piece. Like where it's like, okay, fine, it's not autographed, whatever. It delineates in sports cards. They'll be like, this is player worn, which means they wore it. It doesn't mean they wore it in a game. It maybe was just like, we contracted them to come to an event, put the shirt on, take it off so that we could say that it's player worn. There's game used, which typically carries a higher price, right? Which is like, they wore this during a game. This is something from a game that they played in. And then there's stuff that's just like, we can't say that they ever wore this or touched it. Here's a piece of cloth on a card. So like, obviously it's like the game worn stuff, the screen worn stuff is going to carry a premium. This card.
What happened?
This card here is right there. Everyone can see it. Zoom in.
DC pointing to a tiny little card way in the background
that no one can see. That's a Virgil van Dijk autographed, game worn little scrap of jersey, which is one of my prized pieces in my collection. But yeah, it does carry that little bit of extra weight, knowing it's like, oh yeah, this has some authenticity. It's connected to the athlete or the actor that is on the card, which is nice. These, you feel a little kind of distance from it, but I don't know. I look at it and it's cool. I like it, even if it is source relic. But knowing, because I think I read in the sell sheet, or it might have even been the Industry Insider thing for the upcoming Masterworks. Do you remember when we did that? Where it's like, here's everything that's coming out in like the retail, like the wholesale cost of these boxes, which is like, well, I just would love to get some of that at wholesale. But I think it mentioned specifically that Masterwork might be doing screen use stuff in their upcoming release. So maybe that'll make those boxes $600 instead of $450. So
even further out of reach.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to see any sort of movement on something that is tied to being screen used.
Yeah. I hope that's the move, is just like, okay, next shot, get another robe. Get another Obi robe.
Like, even if they said actor worn, where it's like, yeah, he tried it on in a fitting, and then, you know, whatever. Like, it does give you a little bit more connection to that character, that actor, what have you.
Yeah, I mean, this whole industry is built on, like, you know, applied meaning, right? Like, so you take what you want from it. But yeah, for me, I think that's always gonna tickle me in a certain way. I remember seeing my godfather had a chunk of the AstroTurf when they tore up like the old Cowboys stadium at some point.
Nice.
And it was just like a chunk of that turf in the box, and I was always like, wow, that's so incredible. This is like part of that field.
And hey, pretty soon you could have some George Washington hair.
That's true. I'll let you know how those boxes of those George Washington blasters I got. We'll see if I pull a George Washington DNA card.
I know that's like
again, not endorsing George Washington.
No,
but
yeah,
I am gonna open those cards.
Problematic guy for everyone watching. Problematic times.
Yeah, that's maybe even more accurate.
Yeah.
Like I said, I want one of those John Adams hairs.
Yeah, give me a John Adams hair. Yeah, I know that's like a you and Figaro thing, but if you can give me just any sort of visual of what the opening of that product is like, I'll be very grateful, because as a history buff, I would love to see someone open a pack of George Washington trading cards. Something that I'm sure he imagined all those years ago.
Yeah, and let me just say, sorry, I'm not trying to. What I'm saying is, I'm not trying to offend anyone in any direction here. I'm just saying I don't endorse the history of George Washington, but I am trying to buy one of his hairs.
Hey, listen,
and I'm also not trying to throw.
I say let's take a wild left hook and let's get into American history and how problematic it is.
Let's please not. Let's not.
All right, fine. We'll save it for another day.
In fact, here in the cargo bay, we are so far away from Earth, we can't even talk about politics.
I mean, if you want to get into the galactic politics right now, relative time of peace, which is nice out here as we're cruising along in the cargo bay. Whatever your Earth politics are, deal with it yourself.
Yeah, here we just got to worry about Sheev, who has returned again.
Yeah, one of
by the way, in our timeline,
I think they
again.
took a fingernail and it was actually a fingernail trading card from a top set, and they replicated him. Yeah, from one of his
he's been
clones.
Disgraced a little bit. He's just back to being a senator.
I mean, it's a very diluted DNA sample, so it's not peak Sheev. So yeah,
peak Sheev.
Peak Sheev.
But yeah, that'll be exciting for sure. And I don't know. I'm excited to see what relics they'll be sticking in those masterworks, regardless of if I can afford a box or not.
Yeah. It would be nice to get one of those Razor Crest relics. Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I can imagine that's a hold, a forever hold on those.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I do want to get into the Mando Season 2 boxes.
Yes, please.
I got 3 blaster boxes. I opened the first one not with UBC because I opened it as soon as it got here. And I pulled
I love it.
what is definitely the winner for me, which is a 5 of 50 Cobb Vanth card. I was really stoked because I like character cards, I like numbered parallels, and I like the number 5. And I like Cobb Vanth. I was specifically hoping for a Mando or Cobb Vanth or Boba Fett, right? So I got basically what I wanted. And then after that, I didn't get a single numbered parallel in those other 2 blasters, which is fine. I would have liked 1 number out of there. But, never know what you're going to get with a blaster. I got 2, basic manufactured hit button cards, which are fine. But I like the base set. I like those cards. I got a lot of Mando Season 1. I'm hoping to now have close to a base set of Season 2. We'll see. I haven't done the sorting yet.
I think you and I need to schedule an off-air trade day where we're like, hey, what holes do you have? What are you missing?
Yeah.
What do I got? I think we're due for that at some point because I got some battle plans extras. You might have some Mando 2 that I'm missing. I think I opened 2 blasters of Mando 2 back in the day, whenever they first came out. I think the only parallel I got was the button, was my Grogu button. So I feel like that maybe is harder to hit some of those parallels in those blasters. So it does seem kind of like par for the course. But I mean, every time you do, any number you see on the back of a card, you're just like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. No, I was really stoked to pull this card. But I will say the blaster boxes of battle plans I got, on the other hand, pulled some cool stuff out of that. Got a 66 of 99. Got a 25 of 25. I got an autograph.
Yeah.
I got a parallel helmet relic. Those battle plans blasters are fun to open.
Yeah. The hobby product was really enjoyable. I know it's not like top of the line, but for the type of collecting that I like to do, which is set collecting and then finding any other thing is just like a cherry on top of that. Whereas like with Chrome, it's like you gotta buy multiple boxes to get the whole set. This was like it's the whole base set's in the box. You get a cool fabric relic. There's nice inserts. It's not one where I feel like I have to chase down all of the 30 or whatever Galactic Adversaries there are. I'm pretty happy with what I have. But it's just a good like binder set to go in and check out. And, you know, it's one of the relatively, you know, I can't even say inexpensive. It's one of the cheaper compared to all of the other stuff that's out there, boxes that you can get at the moment. So
it's tough. And BC, at some point, I think we'll do, you know, some episodes on like budget collecting, basically,
sure,
like, you know, sets and singles and like kind of cool niche collecting that you can do right now. Something, you know, I've always heard in game collecting is like, if you see people going crazy about one thing, look the other way. go elsewhere, buy it where it's cheap, because it's going to be collectible maybe as much in the future or not. I feel like it's definitely a more sure thing with video games, where like most of that retro tech will be collectible at some point.
Right.
I don't know how collectible these sets are going to be in the future for people, because there are a lot of them coming out.
There are a lot, yeah.
There are definitely ways to spend a lot less money and still enjoy Star Wars cards.
Oh, yeah.
BC, something I keep forgetting to mention at the top of this is we don't talk about the living set cards.
Well, we're slacking. Good Maul one this week.
Yeah, Rebels Maul, pretty cool. Who is the alien in? It's a Return of the Jedi. I believe he's a Weequay.
I think you're correct. I don't recall, but
tops.
I've thought about the Maul one just because it's out there and it looks cool.
I went ahead and got one of those, you know, eBay resales on it. Star Wars. They also had the bubblegum pack, the trading card pack wrappers. Those are done now, I'm seeing.
Okay. Yeah, I missed out on those. I didn't pull the trigger on them.
They were super expensive, right? It was like $20 a card. It comes in a plastic case. I got two from Mando. I got those two and kind of felt bad about it. Like, you know, like I'd made a bad choice. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. If I get a parallel, I won't feel that way. But otherwise, I think
I'll feel very good.
I'll be sad about it. I also want to shout out, they're back to doing these prints on that new background. That chopper print is really cool. I thought about getting it because it's a pretty image, but again, I spent my money on those stupid Mando cards.
Yeah, I am trying to be much more like focused on buying stuff, and a lot of it is like, well, we're gonna do some pre-orders for what we do, which is talk about Star Wars cards, and as those are coming out, just kind of saving some of the money for that. I did make a eBay purchase this week. I found some old Galactic files. Ooh. So like the 2012 or 13 set. So not the most recent one. They're numbered parallels of some Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor specifically, Obi-Wan Kenobi cards that are numbered to like, I want to say 350. So it's a very high number of card. But I was like, oh, it's just cool to have some Kenobi parallels coming in. Might be a potential giveaway item. So keep your eyes on that as we're getting closer to Kenobi. We're a couple weeks away. I know we're super excited about that. And here's the thing. I'm going to try to eliminate saying super excited because I do it a lot. I
haven't even noticed, VC.
Okay. I listen to myself and I go, what? Are you really super excited or are you just regular excited?
If you want, I can start cutting out the super.
Nah, that's fine. It's all right. I just need to go to my thesaurus and start expanding my vocabulary. On to my next lot. Which is just that, I saw those and I was like, oh, they were like, I don't know, like a few bucks plus shipping, and I was able to get, you know, three from the same seller, so I saved a little bit on the shipping on that. And I was like, yeah, it'll be nice to just have some Kenobi parallels as we're getting close to that. So potential giveaway items, be on the lookout for that.
That's right. BC, we do giveaways. I am currently compiling the list to do the raffle for that Darth Maul parallel.
Sick.
Currently, we have running, if you're watching this episode today, if you listen to our Return of the Jedi episode that just came out, there is a secret code in there for, we already shipped off the last escaping the AT-ST atomic refractor from Star Wars Galaxy Chrome. It's a card of an X-Wing. Already shipped that one out. I have one more of those atomics. That's what the Return of the Jedi plug is for. That one I'm not going to even blast out on socials. So now's your chance, because we had way more entries for the Darth Maul card. So here's your chance to get in on a smaller giveaway perhaps. And then I think the next giveaway is going to be a printing plate from The Force Awakens. Of a little droid buddy, but we'll see. So stay tuned. We'll be doing the giveaways. It's just, I don't know if y'all out there know this, but we spend a lot of time on this stupid show. So I'm doing my best to balance everything.
Straight shots at the cargo bay.
Hey, don't call it stupid, me.
We're adult men talking about top Star Wars trading cards. What could be more sane? Oh, God, I think I just had an existential crisis.
Yeah, well, here we are. I just can't stop, BC. I love these cards.
This is fine.
PPDO, we're going to need a new co-host in here. We lost another one. This is the third friend I've lost to Star Wars trading cards.
It happens. I'm sure you all are aware. Watching out there, you've lost friends due to Star Wars trading cards before, right? Normal.
BC, I want to do a little reveal here. Because I told you last time that I had the vault, and I wasn't gonna say anything about the card in the vault, and then you made me spill the beans.
Yeah, to me, but you still withheld it from our loving audience.
So I'm just gonna say I spent way too much money on this card. Here's the card. I got that 6 of 10 graded Jawa, as I was able to sell an old box game collection for an equivalent price, and I was like, I want this card, and so far it has worked. BC, I told myself, if you get this, you'll be done with the Chrome Galaxy. You'll have your marquee card. You can finally stop, and I have stopped. I haven't picked up any more Chrome Galaxy. Those prices continue to fluctuate up and down.
I love it. I love it so much. It's good.
But yeah, I do. I take it out of a box every day and look at it and go, yeah, that's a nice card.
Good. And that's all we're going to talk about Star Wars Chrome Galaxy today. No more.
That's right.
No more. But probably more in the future, because there's always Chrome Galaxy news. Yeah, that's so we've the vault, the secret vault, has been revealed. You got a shout out? Is there a shout out? Is there a listener shout out you have for us?
BC, I just see that the recording has stopped on the video side of this.
Oh, that's good.
We're back now at the end of the podcast, but I'm trying to figure out where we were. I think we were talking about Chrome Galaxy and how we're not going to talk about it. And I admitted to the very expensive silly card that I got. And
silly about that. It's a beauty.
It is a beautiful card. Probably the prize of my collection. But yeah, I do have a listener shout out. How about that, BC?
Love it. You too could be featured on this sometimes video, audio podcast experience by sending us an email to thecargowaypod@protonmail.com.
That is correct, BC. But yeah, shout out to Victor, who emailed us to enter the raffle, has been entered into the raffle. But Victor writing in and sending us a picture of his Thrawn collection, or their Thrawn collection, I should say. And oh my gosh, BC, I am highly jealous of that Thrawn collection. It is gorgeous.
As a lover of Rebels and Thrawn, I saw that and went, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I have just gotten to the Thrawn chunk of Rebels, BC. I love it, of course. I love Thrawn is basically Thrawn from the books, you know. So yeah, shout out to Victor. And if you have any Thrawns out there, you got some autos or cool parallels, you know, hit us up, hit Victor up. Perhaps we can connect you with Victor's permission. But yeah, we love seeing your collections. We love if we can help put on blast some of your needs. I'm still out here looking for Luke Skywalkers from Chrome Galaxy that are 5 out of whatevers. The biggest chase for me, BC, is the 5 of 10 Luke's Ground Assault. Don't know that I'll ever see it or can afford it, but that is number 1 on my list. Do you have a number 1 on your list, BC?
Ooh, not really. I like I said a couple weeks ago, I'm a little adrift at the moment. I like autographs a little more than you. I would love, at this moment, a Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan autograph would be pretty high on my list. But other than that, I'm still searching for a focus. I've got a lot of what I was looking for up here on the shelf. But yeah, as soon as I figure it out, I'll be sure to tell everyone so that you can help me collect exactly what I want.
One more interesting thing, BC, I forgot. Victor is from Spain or lives in Spain. So, yeah, I imagine that's a whole other level of collecting that you and I don't really have to deal with. Is, you know, I see a lot of people in Australia, you know, and in the UK collecting these cards. And I know that there are European releases, but it seems like the US Topps releases are the, you know, the ones that people want the most, or at least...
Yeah, shout out to the European collectors who have to jump through extra hoops to get that sweet Topps paper.
Yeah, we think it's hard for us. Man, I can't imagine.
Contending with international shipping is a whole other ball game.
Yeah. So, yeah, shout out to Victor. Shout out to all the people listening out there. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties we experienced. Doing our best over here at BC.
Yeah. PBDO, however, I'm not gonna get into it.
Look, I mean, I think it's time to have a serious conversation about replacing PBDO.
Whoa, maybe we can just get him to do the wireless charging.
I mean, that'd probably be good.
It's not that hard. He's just so set in his ways.
I still think we might be able to sell him for 1 pack of Masterworks.
Not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal value-wise.
No.
And that's more about how bad PBDO is versus...
It's not an endorsement of Masterwork as much as it is us denouncing our droid. Anything else?
No, I think that's it, BC. I am truly heartbroken that the video has been shattered, so I'm ready to get out of here this week.
Let's get out of here. We got stuff to do. We regular appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure you check us out wherever you can find us on the internet. We are the Cargo Bay Pod. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscription, give us an email, give us a comment, give us a 5-star review.
Please, Father, please.
Well, yeah, we're not above begging on the Cargo Bay.
No.
So, again, if you're still here, you should do that liking and subscribing by this point, because you've been through a lot today. So we appreciate you, and we will see you next week for some more Hobby Talk.
Hobby Talk.